stronger than ever. You're coming back stronger. Saint Elizabeth, you're coming back stronger. An evil has been done to Westmoreland. Westmoreland is being captured, but Westmoreland, you're going to be delivered. Westmoreland, you're going to be delivered. Yeah. Lots happened in Westmoreland, you know, over the last year. Westmoreland. There is someone in Westmoreland.
Nation. And again, we're gonna have the noise, we're gonna have the empty barrels, we're gonna have the distractors. But just like down a Cayman and Spark with the racehorse, so they put on the blinders on the horse. It's not just the government alone need to have on the blinders, neighbor. People who want good, not just for themselves, not just for their family, but for the nation.
All right, top of the night to you, and how do you do? One of the things that I find remarkable is that there is a display of resilience and compassion coming out of this hurricane, you know, as the nation struggles to recover from the devastating impact of the hurricane. There's a lot happening behind the scene that many people don't even know. Many churches are on the ground. Many individuals have packed things in their SUVs and CRVs and have been on the ground. Many organizations are on the ground. There are many individuals that have mobilized to provide support and assistance to those affected. And this outpouring of support is a testament to the strength and the character of the Jamaican people, and is a shining example of the power of community. Many businesses in Jamaica, I see so many businesses pledging their support. From the moment the storm passed, Jamaicans from all walks of life began to mobilize, donating goods, services, and their time to help. Barrels in stockpiles are coming into Jamaica. The churches, in particular, have been at the forefront of the response, opening their doors and shelters and distribution centers, mobilizing their congregations to provide support. I know this as a fact. I want to say good night to Reverend Nemhard from the Jamaica Free Baptists. The efforts of these individuals and organizations have been instrumental in alleviating the suffering of those affected and have brought much sense of hope and comfort to communities reeling from the impact of the storm. And so the response of Jamaicans to crisis is a reflection of the nation's strong sense of community and social responsibility. Despite facing their own challenges and losses, individuals have put the need of others first, demonstrating a remarkable level of empathy and compassion. This spirit of one love is a hallmark of Jamaican culture and has been on full display in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa. The efforts of these community heroes have also highlighted the importance of grassroots initiatives. And so while government agencies and international organizations play a critical role, it's often local communities that is best placed to respond quickly and effectively. And so the mobilization of community members has ensured that aid has reached even the most hard to reach areas and has helped to prevent the spread of diseases and other health risks. Moreover, the response of Jamaicans to the crisis has also demonstrated the nation's capacity for resilience and adaptability. Despite the widespread destruction, communities have come together to support one another, sharing resources and expertise to get things done. This spirit of cooperation and mutual support is a powerful antidote to the trauma and hardship caused by the storm and will be vital in Jamaica's recovery efforts. And so as the nation looks to rebuild and recover, the efforts of these community heroes will be crucial in driving progress and promoting healing. Their selflessness, kindness, and generosity have inspired others to get involved and have helped to create a sense of momentum and optimism. While the road ahead will be long and challenging, the outpouring of support in the aftermath of Hurricane Melissa has shown that Jamaica is a nation that will not be defeated by adversity. The response of Jamaicans to the crisis caused by the hurricane is a testament of the nation's strong sense of community and social responsibility. And so today, a delegation from CARICOM, led by Prime Minister of Barbados, Mayor Motley, came to Jamaica to assess the damage caused by the hurricane and to discuss recovery efforts. Once again, I want to remind you that the Prime Minister, who is the chairman of CARICOM, has pulled off a master stroke. When you see Mayor Motley, who is the leading voice in the world on adaptation and climate change in Jamaica, touring with the Prime Minister, you know that wholeness is
mattress, the food, and the clothing. And again, I just want to give a big thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Teresa Taylor. I am 11 years old. I just want to give a big thank you for those who donated on behalf of my community, Camp Savannah. We appreciate the mattress, the food, and the clothing. And again, I just want to give a big thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Teresa Taylor. I am 11 years old.
Audio is a little poor. Well, here is an 11-year-old girl. I wonder if we could hear her. Go ahead.
I just want to give a big thank you for those who donated on behalf of my community, Camp Savannah. We appreciate the mattress, the food, and the clothing. And again, I just want to give a big thank you. Good afternoon.
She's giving a big thank you for the mattresses and the clothing and all the things that the people brought into the community for her. Expecting Casey any minute now. Caroline, is he online? I don't want to get on with more of what I have, and then he comes in, because then I'm gonna have to break again. Can you check for me, please? Let me know if he's up here so that we can go to him. Casey, if you are listening, brother, we're ready for you. Tell you what, Caroline, let's see if we have any one of our callers online that want to talk to us until we are able to get Casey. If we can't get him in another 5 minutes, then we just have to move on. Okay, let's see who we have. Top of the night to you, Cinematic. Hi. Hello. Hello? Scatter, good night. Scatter? I tell you, I really get a little frustrated with these callers sometimes. Top of the night to you, Odette. Hi.
Hi.
Good night.
Good night. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you doing?
I'm good.
Yes. Hi. What's on your mind?
I'm just here listening. Look here, I'm just here listening as usual.
Uh-huh.
Listening and learning. I'm just here listening and learning.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah.
Time, God bless. Good night to you.
Good night, neighbor. It's Tim. God bless.
Tim. Okay,
God
Tim.
bless. Yeah. I remember I was talking about the TikToker. He invites Mr.
No, I don't want to talk about.
I'm just telling you. He invite Mr. Buchanan, and he highlight the people, and you can see they were not pleased about what he was saying. He was talking good. The question that they asked him, he highlighted them well. I'm not gonna give him a bad name, and you can see they are not well with it. But he highlighted them well.
Right also in front of me. I may hand that this up.
What's that? He was on today. The program is on now, and they over there beating them bad. But Mr. Buchanan highlighted well. He tell them a lot of good things. I won't lie on him. They don't want to hear that.
Who is Mr. Buchanan, ma'am?
What's his name? Isat.
Oh,
Yeah. Noel invite him there, and they asking a lot of questions. And he give them a lot of highlight, and then I know they're not pleased with it, but he talks well.
okay, great.
Yeah, they were saying, oh no, the Minister of Health is not on display to take them out, and yeah.
I don't want to hear what they are doing.
Okay, he highlighted them well. That's what I have to say, neighbor. But they're not satisfied. But it was good. It was well said. It was well said.
With the greatest of respect, we are not a PR show for any show. You hear?
Hey, good night, neighbor. Good night, neighborites. Happy Monday. How y'all doing?
Well, Casey, good night to you, sir.
Yes, good night, good night. Hey, Tashina Gibbs, I see you.
Hold on.
Good night, everybody. Sharon Dell. Glamorous. Cuz 1KK, I see you.
Jesus Christ, Son of David, have mercy upon us, Jesus. Andrew Owens, we kill Andrew Owens.
Candarian, good night.
Casey, how are you, sir?
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing, neighbor?
Not too bad. I'm getting complaints that you are you're going into territory that is unfamiliar.
So why are they complaining? Neighbor, I was passing by somewhere and I heard some misinformation. And I comment in the comments that the host is allowing the PNP to push a narrative.
Yes.
And I keep on commenting that, and then when I sent a request, he wouldn't accept it. So I changed to a different name. and I sent a request and he wouldn't accept it. And I wrote in the comment, say, host, take me up, let me deal with this girl Munchi. So then he took me up, thought I was a PNP. Yes, but when he found out it was me, he never gave me more than a minute or a minute and a half.
Oh my goodness. Well,
yeah.
Well, you have half over here.
Yes, but I came across it with my point. That's all I wanted to do.
Yeah. I should tell the listeners that we are planning a road trip. Yeah, we want to get into some of these areas and talk to some of the people. Correct? Yes.
Yeah. And see how they are doing.
And also to highlight how the recovery is going. We want to do that. So we listeners, remember we we're asking you to, if you're in Jamaica, 876-858-9553, 876-858-9553. If you're in the United States, Caroline is going to post the Zelle account or the Cash App. We're seeking your support to do this. Myself and Casey, along with, don't need to say everything here. Anyway, Casey, we live in a very divided country, Casey, and one of the things that the hurricane has unveiled is how divided we are politically, correct?
Yes, we are politically divided, and that's no secret, neighbor.
Yeah. You don't expect that a crisis could have brought us together? No.
No, it would not, because there are people who would trade political expedience over anything, and it, for some people, neighbor, let me put it this way. Some people will take political capital over anything. And I'm going to be frank here. When we have a disaster, a disaster can often be, a disaster is never a good thing. First thing first. But good PR can come from a disaster, or bad PR. And in a democratic society, there's always political capital to be gained. And in an immature society like ours, remember, political capital can be gained from misinformation or placing doubt over the incumbent reign. And let me just give you the information as it was. Let me just bring people up to speed with what happened. We had a devastating hurricane, and the opposition rushed to the cameras first, outlining. The opposition did not say to the nation, then, if you want to lead, oh, we have a terrible hurricane and it was bad, and I hope that everybody in Jamaica is good. The opposition first come and said, the government, the structures that they have cannot deal with this magnitude of a disaster. They need to establish this board and that board and so on. And they need to allocate this amount and that amount. People are painting a picture as if the government was not willing to work with the opposition. The opposition came giving the government directive publicly for political mileage. And for all who don't know, the Prime Minister, they went to Parliament and the Prime Minister responded saying, yes, opposition leader, I hear what you said and I think that's the way to go. We are going to work together. I'm allocating 20% of the money you suggested. It could well go over the amount that you suggested, but over a period of time. And then the committee is being formed now and the opposition refused to be a part of it. Now, let us do the maths. Maths is the simplest subject. Everybody can understand a little plus and a little addition. What does the opposition stand to gain from declining to be a part of the committee that is being set up to help the people?
I see Trevor Monroe this evening saying that it is unfortunate. By the way, Casey, the opposition is still pressing for the committee, you know. Philip Paulwell, in a statement today, is suggesting that the opposition is still wanting that committee. So after declining, I don't understand.
It's flip-flopping. And that's how they spread misinformation, because a lot of people still don't understand, because he is using that as an opportunity to ride on the back of the misinformed and the intellectually deprived, because people are still out there spreading a narrative that the government is refusing to build the committee that the opposition suggested. One, the opposition is not the government. So if the government is building a committee and invite the opposition should be happy to help the people. Because the government is who is supposed to be leading. Two, people are opposition, the supporters of the opposition are saying that the government is not building the committee that the opposition leader suggested. How would you know who is on that committee so far? What the government did was ask you to send your representative for the committee. Up until now, you don't know who will be on the committee because nobody is on the committee yet.
Yes.
So when people going to come here and said, oh, the opposition leader called for a bipartisan committee that involves members of private sector, member of public sectors, and member of the churches. We don't know who are the other people on the committee. The opposition is spreading a narrative to the small minds as if only opposition members and government members will be on the committee.
Fantastic. Gustav, I see you. Let's move in you along, Casey. Casey, the perception, the public perception, the sentiments of the people of Jamaica at this time. Do you think, Casey, that we are touching 3 weeks into the hurricane tomorrow? The sentiments on the ground, Casey, do you think these sentiments are positive, negative, or they are somewhere in the middle? How are you reading the pulse of the people towards the government at this time?
Neighbor, we've just been through an election, a bruising encounter 2 months ago.
Yes.
And people are yet to take off their political cap.
The caps are still on?
Yes. And people are yet to take off the bandages from sprain and strains they receive in that political battle, which was a bruising encounter.
The bruises are still there.
Some people are still celebrating, some people are yet to recover. People, there's psychological effect. There's mental effect.
Yes.
Then come a hurricane somewhat 2 months. 2 months later.
Yes.
Less than 2 months. A week less than 2 months. The dust has not yet settled. It's like a continuation of the campaign. It's as if the September 3 general election never happened.
Wow. What we are
it's like the catastrophe took place on September 2, neighbor. Because the opposition reopened the pantomime and send their supporters into a frenzy. And what I want people to realize, the opposition is not, for the past 1.5 weeks, coming out and accuse the government of playing politics with the catastrophe anymore, or not aiding the people. It's the bottom feeders, the followers of the opposition are doing that. So all they have to do is just push the narrative once they know they have the people in the social media space and
what is motivating these bottom feeders, as you call them? Are they being pushed by an organized force? Are they under instructions? What is pushing them? Because they seem quite coordinated.
They are being pushed, neighbor.
Wow.
But it's a psychological push.
What you saying to me?
Because the people who they follow knows their temperament
Uh-huh.
and how they go towards things. So all Mark Golden had to do, all the opposition leader had to do, I promise I will not call his name again. All the opposition leader had to do is have a press conference and set a particular narrative.
Yes.
Because everything he did was to set a narrative to gain political expedience.
Uh-huh. So what is the sentiment on the ground at this time? How do you read the politics of this situation as far as the people are concerned? And I want you to speak to the people in the affected areas as well as the rest of us that are looking on. How are we seeing the government?
Okay, neighbor. Let me tell you, a lot of objectively, all right, the people on the ground in the disaster area see everybody who helps. They
Yes.
know they're getting aid from the government. They know they're getting aid from celebrities. They know they're getting aid from cloud chasers. And of course, they have to be grateful. What most people don't know, social media is not necessarily reality. Social medias are basically for views and likes.
Wow.
So people will post what they want to post. People will post things that are excruciating even to them in order to get views and likes and repost. The thing, the government aid so far is more than 75% of the aid going across the disaster area.
Uh-huh.
Because there is no way a few trucks from about 30 celebrities and TikTokers and whoever they are, and another 50 trucks from other people going down for aid can match up the amount of aid that the government is giving the people that are coming from over the world, coming to the government.
Yes.
And people are saying they're not seeing the government. Aids are coming from other people. These aids that are coming from other people are coming to the government, and it's the government who are organizing the aid and sending them to the people. Now, these are not the complaints of the people in the disaster area. These are the bottom feeders with a political agenda that are setting these narratives. And these narratives will win for now, neighbor. But the smoke will clear. It happened in COVID. It happened in COVID, and the smoke will clear, neighbor. And the election is gone, and there is not another election until 5 years. There could be repercussion. There could be impact. There could be effect. There could be things that affect a party or government, but it remains to be seen. You won't see a truck from Vibes Cartel or Spice every week going to Westmoreland or St. Elizabeth. They will do what they can do or what they think they should do. They don't have an obligation to do. We are in the month of November. January, it will still be the government. February, it will still be the government. March, it will still be the government.
Yes.
Yes. 2 plyboard and 10 sheet of zinc can build house. And putting a temporary roof over a dilapidated structure won't do. It can let you sleep for 2 nights and get less wet. But the long-term effect, the opposition realize that this government is capable and competent and is set to reap the rewards from the work they are about to do to recover Jamaica. And the opposition is trying to stand in the way of the benefit that the government is about to get. because they see how.
Really?
Yes, they saw. Look from the PNP's point of view, neighbor. Look at survival of the PNP. What does the PNP stand to gain if the PNP work with the government and let the government help the people of Jamaica without propaganda, without doubt, without misinformation, without scandal of corruption? How would that help the PNP? How would the PNP win another election if Andrew Michael Holness and his government come out of this catastrophe the hero?
But then, Casey, the government cannot afford not to come out as the hero. That is not on, because the people would suffer.
Exactly. So while the PNP want to help, they will not help without their share of political gain, because they cannot allow the incumbent to reap all the benefits politically. Because do you think the PNP want to steer a fourth term, want to serve fourth term in opposition?
Well, I don't think they wanted to serve one, but what reality is that the government is the government today, and the government will have to lead the reconstruction effort. And if the reconstruction effort goes well, then the government stands to benefit, Casey. Whatever the PNP wants.
I'm not saying the PNP don't want it to go well, but the PNP don't want it to go smooth for the government. They want to maintain the doubt that they have created by spreading propaganda and scandals of corruption. Because after this catastrophe, they want to remain relevant. And how can they, if people are confident that billions of dollars were spent and it was spent correctly, it was disbursed unbiasedly, and it was spent on the people and the infrastructure of the country, what has built back successfully in a disaster the likes of what Jamaica have never seen before.
Okay, so
how would that help the opposition?
Okay, before the storm, do you think the PNP was seen as being relevant? How do you think public sentiments towards them before the storm? How it was?
It was dying down. It was dying down, and they were even trying to come to the first few parliament session to create talking points, because they were getting more and more irrelevant. Because they stretched.
Hold on a minute there for me, Caroline.
Yes, neighbor.
There's a diplomat in the chat begging to say something. Would you just let me hear what he has to say for a minute, please? You know him?
No, neighbor, because he kept on saying this is not true what Casey's saying. I don't know if Casey cared to be disturbed.
Okay. Would you want to talk to him, Casey?
I don't mind. Mind.
Let's us hear him. Come here, sir. Let him know the rules, though, and let him know the rules. We don't let's see what happens. Okay. Yeah, he's a diplomat. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. How are you doing? Good evening, everybody. How are you doing?
You're a diplomat?
I try to carry myself as such.
Okay. And you're a member of the PNP?
No, I'm not actually. I'm actually a strong supporter for JLP, but I just don't agree with what he's saying.
You are a supporter of the Jamaica Labour Party?
Correct.
Okay. All right. So he's on. He's listening to you. Go ahead.
So good evening, Casey. So I hear what you're saying, and I tell you this for this time, what I see, to be honest with you, maybe propaganda on your point of view, but however I actually see PNP trying to hold some type of validation and transparency going on, right? Let's be clear. We're talking about all this stuff for survival. for relief. I'm sorry, for hurricane relief and disaster relief, and the way that it was handled was not handled properly at all. Right? We have mismanagement of money, mismanagement of goods, mismanagement of donation.
Stop right there.
Wait a second.
Mhm.
Mismanagement of money. What money? Which money? When?
Money that was
take
donated.
time.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah,
Diplomat, this is a listener show, you know, and the listener want to understand, and you will get time. So take your time to explain what you're saying. That's all I'm saying.
So no, I hear what you're saying. So my thing is, from what I've seen, right? From what I've seen, I'm a very strong labor supporter. However, I don't see the current government in office now doing properly. You know, maybe from what I've seen, it could be handled a lot better, streamlined a lot better, accountability a lot better, right? Donations that were given.
In terms of what? What happened to the donations that were given? Why you said they were mismanaged?
Okay. Prime example. I'll revert back to the situation with Buja, right? And Darrell Falls, correct? So
No,
you asked me. I'm telling you. You asked me to give a situation. I'm telling you.
I'm sorry. Hold on, sir. Please.
And that's not money. That's no money there that were mismanagement.
Hold on, sir.
That were mismanaged. I don't know how that make it.
Hold on, sir. Are you there?
I'm here.
Okay. You said earlier that there is mismanagement of money.
Right.
Don't go any further. Which money? Which mismanagement? Who mismanaged the money? Let's deal with that.
Okay, so even I myself have sent money. Not. I'm not talking about that specific. I'm talking about overall, right? That for relief funds or whatever.
No, sir. That's not.
I'm trying to get there.
This is not how we operate here, sir. You said there was mismanagement of money. Which money was mismanaged? Who sent the money and where was it mismanaged?
Unmute him, let him answer. He's muted. Somebody mute him?
No. He's not muted. He, I don't know, maybe took a call or something.
Okay.
We want
Marky G, call him.
We don't want him to get off the hook here, because somebody must be telling him to how to answer the question. Well, he's gone.
So that's another example. Now my point is easier to explain. We can use diplomat as an example. So if you're going to ask me about public sentiment, neighbor, there are going to be a lot of people like these. And they are the loudest. They force their way into every argument, into every conversation. So if you're going to measure public sentiment from where we're sitting, we're going to say it's not looking good for the government based on public sentiment. But if we should go in the affected area for a day or two and count how many relief are coming and how many is coming from government entity, then we would know that the government is outdoing all these cloud chasers.
Okay, so you are arguing that the public sentiments in the affected area, you are assuming, surmising actually, that it is positive towards the government. You think so?
Yes, neighbor. It will be
that
because
people in the affected area have a positive sentiment. Well, when we go in, we shall do the poll.
Yes, neighbor. Yes. You will always hear from a few people who think otherwise or want to say otherwise to get more. Because, listen me, neighbor, people at a birthday party who are well off is telling people that they don't get this and that. Can you imagine people who had their house blown down two weeks ago? When an interviewer from CNN or anywhere come and interview you, and you're in Westmoreland, your house blown down, you got 2 care package this morning. What are you going to tell them, knowing these Jamaican? Oh, I got 2 care package and I'm okay for the next 3 days.
Yeah.
These people will store cases of things under their bed and tell you that they haven't seen anyone. And for some reason, a reporter I've seen them, they're not hard to find. A reporter did not search for them, neighbor. So they're not hiding. Yeah. And there are helicopters and soldiers all over the place.
Yeah. Mr. Casey, I am sure that that labor rights, supporters of the Jamaica Labour Party are wondering, will this catastrophe affect the party's political fortunes going forward? How do you read that?
All right, neighbor.
Yes.
Before about 9 months ago, I told you that the PNP cannot win this election in 2025, regardless of what happened. And one of my reasons is that the Jamaica Labour Party were in government from 2007 to 2011 and experienced the same backlash from civil society and the media that they were experiencing. And they mismanaged it politically and lost the election. And that is so fortunate for them because that's experience nobody can buy. This Jamaica Labour Party went through the COVID pandemic and they lost political capital because of it. Because when COVID come around, Jamaica Labour Party was getting 10,000 votes over in East Portland in a by-election. Jamaica Labour Party was winning Southeast St. Mary hands down because of the steady performance from 2016 to 2020 from the Jamaica Labour Party. And through the COVID, they take some batter and bruises. And the thing with this JLP, the weakness of this JLP party when they're in government, they don't operate as a party. They operate as a government. That's the difference between the Jamaica Labour Party and the PNP. The PNP operates government with one eye on the party, one eye on the election. Andrew Michael Holness and the JLP operate government as Jamaica government, not Jamaica Labour Party. When it's election time, the JLP have to restart their machinery, re-oil it, dust it off again. JLP workers and JLP supporters feel like they were neglected, they weren't paid special attention and things like that, and that make it difficult for them. Everybody know the Jamaica Labour Party is the best government, but because they operate as just as government and not as a party, because they're unbiased, it gives them, when they go through things like this, it makes it harder for them. And nothing beat experience. They've gotten experience from COVID 2020 and the 25 general election that money can't buy.
Yes, but I'm asking you, sir, and I'm asking you on behalf of the supporters of the party as a political forecaster. How do you see this affecting the party's electoral fortunes?
It will, the hard truth is, it will affect the party's electoral fortune. They are incumbent government going through a catastrophe, the likes of which the country have never seen before. We are a politically and social immature society. we expect a lot from this government. Even who don't like the Jamaica Labour Party and Andrew Holness, expect a lot from them because of how they have raised the bar. This disaster will mean that people who are logical would have to temper their expectation. So things might not have gone as we expect, and it's a worst kept secret, neighbor. Things will not be, the outlook for 2030 will not be as good with Hurricane Melissa as without Hurricane Melissa.
What outlook? What outlook?
Well, based on the economic position of the government was heading to a 60% debt to GDP coming this April. That's the first time in the history of Jamaica having 40% of our GDP to spend back in the country. Neighbor, barring we had less than 1% or less growth, we were projected to grow up to 3%. So it would have been even better.
Hold on, Casey. Gemini girl. No, I didn't get the message. I didn't get any message at all. 876-858-9553. 876-858-9553. Can you send me a WhatsApp on that? Thank you. Go ahead, Casey.
Yes. And Ruler Brown said he disagreed. He can disagree. That is okay. Anybody can disagree. Because the thing is, the Jamaica Labour Party did extremely well in the pandemic, 2020. But it did not help them politically. It actually brought back the People's National Party because the pandemic would have raised the misery index. And the people understand very little when it comes to governance, so they are pragmatic voters. So nobody is saying that, okay, we lost some 40% of our GDP due to Hurricane Melissa. So I understand that the country projections, we had to temper our expectation because things will not turn out as we expect it to be. These aids that we are getting and these insurance that we have is not even 10% of the money we are losing, neighbor.
Yes.
Not even 10%. So people hear that we're getting 2.5 billion or 25 billion Jamaican dollars and say yes. We're down $1 trillion Jamaican dollars. That's 1,000 million.
Okay, so I hear what you're saying, and I don't want to explain it too much. You're being quite reserved. Now, what about the opposition? Do you think their political fortunes are likely to be beneficial from all of this? How about them?
It could have been, but they have missed the opportunity, and they already missed the opportunity. It was a small window.
They have missed the opportunity?
Yes.
The People's National Party have missed the opportunity to have their political stock rise?
Yes. The thing is, a lot of pundits and forecaster and political commentator thought that the one who thought the PNP could have won the 2025 general election is because of the energy of the People's National Party. The PNP was riled up. 100% of potential PNP voters voted in the September 3 general election. So, and they did not win. They lost by 7 seats, which is basically 10% of the vote if you're going to match the winnings by the actual winnings, because we don't win election based on popular vote. We win it based on seats won. And it's 63 seats, so 6.3 of the seat is 10%. So they would have lost the election by 11 percentage points by losing by 7 seats.
Are you saying that despite the obvious not meeting projections, obvious setbacks in the government's economic program, obvious difficulties raising the hardship index in the country, possibilities that we may have challenge with inflation, even the dollar may come under some pressure. Are you saying to me that even within this context, you're expecting the government to continue to be popular?
Yes, yes, neighbor. It will affect their political fortune, but they will remain popular. And I will tell you why. I was just explaining. Every possible PNP supporters who could have voted in the September 3 general election, because PNP was energized. PNP was brought back by the pandemic, the misery index, the public sector wage bill reform that was supposed to be a good thing, but it was sold in a very bad way. People were the PNP and aspect of the media were able to have people focusing on the politician pay more instead of the overall structural reform. And the Road Traffic Act didn't play out well for the government either. And as I said, the misery index rise in terms of roads and water across the country.
Wow.
And
give me a second. Give me a break. Give me a break, please. Give me a break, please, Casey. The program is Politics Plus. We talk politics here, okay? Yeah, we have a storm dealing with, but we have to put this into the context of politics. It's 27 minutes to 9 o'clock. And our political forecaster is here with us tonight. KC, own boss. I understand that he has been going to other places and oh, you're beautiful, eh? Not you, KC. Gemini girl. I actually please tell her to give me a call, 876-858-9553. All right, 876-858-9553. You know, I understand that they have set up a lot of lives around this time. They want to they want to beat us, but they can't. We're going to remain on top for a long time. Eh?
You're so beautiful, so damn beautiful. So you're so beautiful.
Well, I'm looking at the numbers online here right now, and we are 2-1. The best political show here. Neighbour is ahead by 2-1.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, we're beautiful over here.
So
because we have conversations that matter, you know. Can I tell you how many people are watching right now on the For You page? It would blow your mind. 800. We have 1,127 people watching the show right now. Beat that if you can. Never tell you a lie over here. You have to tell the truth. That's why we're going to be on top for a very long time. By the way, we can turn this up a little bit, you know. Don't try with us because we can turn it up. We can turn it up when we want and turn it down. Eh? One neighbor on the app. All right, Gemini girl, 876-858-9553, 876-858-9553. Your neighbor on Caroline with KC on top. Oh my goodness, we don't flop.
This fella ain't that mellow if it ain't about you. Hourglass shape with the place go. Waistline makes my soul just salute. I'm a brute. High from your high heel game.
You know, Scratchy was on this morning and he was talking about a gentleman who
Like an angel goddess. Watch my gal and she undressed spotless.
well, I leave that alone until Scratchy comes back.
They don't know how to talk to you, so let me walk with you. Hold my hand, I'ma spend them grands, but after you undress, I'm like a hook
Please remember that we are doing a road tour this soon, and we're asking for your support to take in some supplies. Get in touch with Caroline and see what you can do for us, okay? We want to take some bread, buns, bullas, and sausages, along with water. We want to pass through St. Elizabeth, Trelawney, and Westwood.
And neighbor, the kids aren't going to school. Most of the school aren't yet reopened in that section of the island. So I think we need to bring some snacks and juice as well for the kids.
Yes, we take in swizzle and some little box drinks and some snacks for them. Absolutely. So if you can pitch in with a $5, $10, whatever you can, pitch in and help the Politics Plus team. All right, let's go back to KC. So KC, this is not good news for the opposition at all, KC. Not
yes, and they say how you do one thing is how you do everything, and that's the opposition's problem. And they say you can't teach old dogs new tricks, and the opposition have been doing everything the same way. The opposition got some political fortune from beating down on the government, and it worked because it was a pandemic. Tough changes had to be made. People are afraid of changes even when it's good, and the misery index rose, and there was some bad publicity that came off some good things that the government did, like the public sector wage reform, like the Traffic Act, and the PNP base was riled up 100%, and they didn't win the election. They lost it by 11%, by losing 11 seats. And I know people on here will tell me that the votes were always 50-50. You don't win an election by the popular vote. You win an election by the amount of seats you want. And the Jamaica Labour Party won 7 more seats, and that's 11% of 63 seats. And the next thing, neighbor, what I'm getting at here, every PNP who could have possibly voted in most of these constituencies voted, and the PNP could not win the election, could not have won, because none of the first 32 seats that the JLP won was even close. None of the first 32 seats that the JLP won was even close. And that's because the PNP appealed to their base and people who are already PNP supporters at heart and nobody else. And when you come on and keep a press conference trying to pour cold water on the government's effort instead of trying to work together, those are the people you rile up again. When you start propaganda before money is even paid to the government about money being mismanaged, you appeal to those same people who you already have, and you're even turning away the intelligent ones. Because, come on, for instance, I know a PNP supporter that is a chartered accountant. He wouldn't be proud of Diplomat Tonight and the narrative that he's pushing for the People's National Party. You sound stupid. Mismanagement of which funds? But those kind of things, the PNP is of the view that those kind of things gave them 28 seats. So they said, okay, if we continue, we might get another 14. That's not how it is. Every election starts at 0-0. And around the world, there was an anti-incumbency vibe in every general election because of how people's psychology works, neighbor.
Okay, so then, Casey, the opposition, therefore, listening to you, has found themselves in a very difficult situation here, Scratch, Casey, because if they show positive intent and get on board with the government is going to benefit politically, no doubt about that. And then their refusal to help many people are going to see that as being unpatriotic. What can the opposition do? What should they do then?
Well, as I said, neighbor, they already made a bad step. And they are too egotistic to step back. And if you look closely at the political scene, you have people in the opposition who have not made that step with them. People who would normally be on the forefront, people who would normally be at the press conferences, people who will normally be at the center of the theatrics, are stepping away from them and kind of showing a different demeanor to the people. For instance, if you listen to Damian Crawford in his last few interviews, he's saying that you have to give the government time. You have to give this time. He's singing from a different hymn sheet than the rest of the People's National Party, because he would have seen that that is going nowhere. And they already have everybody who they can rile up with propaganda. If they could have riled up more, if there were more, if they didn't max that percentage, if there were more people to be captured that way, they would have won the general election, neighbor. And that's why people like Damian Crawford is trying to rebrand himself in the eyes of the Jamaican people, because he knows that the PNP could well be steering down the barrel of another defeat if they don't change something.
A fourth term defeat?
Yes, neighbor.
What?
And as I said, no one would want a catastrophe like Hurricane Melissa. But if you were the People's National Party, losing, I tell you, after the election loss, that this election loss, third term loss, signal a fourth term loss because of the position the country and the government was in. Melissa changed some of that in terms of our economic standing. Even though we trust the government to rebuild the economy, you know, rebuilding calls for cut, maybe austerity measures, depends on how we get funding. So a lot could
a whitewash.
So a lot could change based on projections, but the PNP failed in their chance to appeal again to the well-thinking Jamaican. They appeal to their base again and turn away the people.
So what we are seeing,
turned away from them.
Is just the already numbered 400,000. That's what we are seeing here. You know, having a voice or saying things.
Yes, they are the same people you see on social media going on and on.
Wow.
Going on and on and on. They are the same set of people. I don't see any new PNP.
Yes. So remind me again before you close. What should they have done? The storm having, you know, the disaster having come on the island. What should the PNP have done initially to endear the Jamaican people to them, for people to start taking them seriously? What should they have done?
Work with the government for the people. Say, and address the nation again. Since you want to do your own thing, address your supporters. And I'm not just addressing, I'm the leader of the opposition, but I'm not just addressing my supporters. I'm addressing Jamaica on a whole. Look, we will work with the government. We will go on whatever committee we have to be on. We are happy to work for you. Even if we're not happy with certain aspect of things, you are at the forefront of our mind, and we are doing this for you, not for political expedience. So we are working for every parish. We're not just working for Westmoreland. We are working assiduously to resolve issues in Trelawney as well. And say Trelawney because you're a politician and Trelawney did not vote for the People's National Party. There are 2 constituencies in Trelawney, and they voted for JLP. Listen, why you on and on about Westmoreland as if you're trying to make this politics because it's the PNP strongest parish? So every PNP supporters or PNP well-wishers will come out and jump on your bandwagon. But you don't think well-thinking Jamaican are saying that, look, then why are they on about Westmoreland? What's the difference in landing in St. Elizabeth and landing in Westmoreland? It's a part of Jamaica. A lot of Jamaica have been hit. The government, on the other hand, the government never sent aid to one parish and didn't send aid to another. I saw the Speaker of the House with her foundation. Nobody talk about that. In Westmoreland, giving crowds of people supplies. The Speaker and the House and her team.
Yeah. Well, Casey,
no government aid.
Yeah. I thank you. I thank you. I'm cutting close on time, so but I thank you for opening up this with us tonight. I don't know if you want to hang on a little bit.
Yes, I could hang on.
Fantastic. Hold on there, Casey. Let me go to Scratchy for Scratchy.
Yes, good night, Casey, Caroline, and the viewers. Bless up.
Scratchy, how you doing?
Scratchy, good
Not
evening.
bad name. Not bad.
You told me today, Scratchy, that you don't want to see Mark Golding standing up beside the Prime Minister. Why?
I mean, neighbor, as I said earlier on in the neighbor, Mark Golding has BBS and Mark Golding don't really have anything to bring to the table more than division, neighbor. And division is the last thing we need right now, neighbor. And again, neighbor, there's nothing in our constitution that says the Prime Minister must have Mark Golding beside him, neighbor. If the Prime Minister chose to have Mark Golding beside him, it's a matter of common courtesy, neighbor. And courtesy go where courtesy come from, neighbor. Mark Golding hasn't been shown any form of courtesy towards the Prime Minister, neighbor. So I don't see why the Prime Minister should extend that type of courtesy back to someone who has been misbehaving. We don't reward my bad behavior, neighbor. So far as opposition leader, neighbor, since even after the election, neighbor, his behavior has been very poor, very bad. So we don't reward bad behavior, neighbor.
How would you respond to the folks listening who would say it's a time of crisis, Scratchy? Let's put the political differences behind us and work together. Let him stand with the Prime Minister. Let him get into the helicopter with the Prime Minister. Even on the tour today with the CARICOM heads. Why wasn't Golding invited?
I mean, again, neighbor, we're at a phase, neighbor, right now where we want to get things done, neighbor. Mark Golding is not in a position to get anything done, neighbor. The Prime Minister having Mark Golding beside him up and down, neighbor. It's only a matter of a PR. And we don't want any form of PRing right now, neighbor. We want things to get done. And Mark Golding don't have any power to get anything done here. He might only try to come in the government way and try to score cheap political points in a time like this. And again, neighbor, the head of the Caribbean heads who come in, neighbor, if you notice, these persons are all heads of their respective countries, neighbor. And I think it would wouldn't make any sense, neighbor, for the Prime Minister to invite our opposition leader, neighbor, who is not ahead of anything, to come and meet with these persons, neighbor. There are a lot of things, neighbor, that will be spoken in these type of meetings where I don't think the opposition leader should get these information first, and he can be brief, but I don't think that, neighbor, he should be offered that opportunity to have these first. And not right now, neighbor. Not where we're at right now, neighbor. Now, these guys are ulterior motive, neighbor.
I have a question for you, neighbor. I have an honest question for you. Just remind me, when Hurricane Melissa made landfall in Jamaica?
I don't even remember the date.
Was it the 28th? 28th. Or 27th?
28th.
28th. When was Heroes Day?
The 26th?
No, I think it was a week earlier, about the 20th.
Yeah, about the 21st.
All right. It was the 20th. It was a Monday. Wasn't there a big Heroes Day celebration that the opposition leader was expected to attend that he avoided? He didn't want to be seen there.
He sent
so how now the Prime Minister should take the opposition leader everywhere? How he wants to be everywhere? He want to go to no national function before, since the election, before Hurricane Melissa. As I tell you, that makes my point. If it's not politically expedient, the People's National Party under Mark Golding will not do it. And I've never seen any PNP leader, any leader, PNP or JLP, with this kind of behavior.
Okay.
Yes.
So Scratchy, I'm asking the question. We are in the middle of a disaster. When the disaster has passed, the country beckons for national unity. Why is Mr. Golding not standing up beside your Prime Minister? Why? Why was not Mr. Golding?
Mr. Golding is standing up beside the Prime Minister, neighbor. Don't necessarily going to send any message of unity, neighbor. He's not standing beside someone that sends unity, neighbor. It's what they say and practice that shows unity, neighbor. And so far, Mr. Golding is not saying anything that causes a unity, and he's definitely not practicing anything that he either causes a unity either, neighbor. As I said earlier, neighbor, what Mr. Golding need to do, neighbor, you don't have to be beside the Prime Minister. As the opposition leader, your job is to make sure that you check and balance the government and stuff like that. Yes, we don't have no problem with that because we're all about accountability. But what I'm saying, neighbor, at a time of disaster like this, Mark Golding standing up beside the Prime Minister not going to prove or show not going to make anybody down during this disaster you're getting the roof faster. It not going to make supply coming in faster. It not going to do anything, neighbor, more than him seek political mileage from it. What I would say to Mark Golding, a concerned citizen of Jamaica, neighbor, what I would say to Mark Jefferson Golding is, sir, come on your platform, use your platform to talk to the persons who are sending out the misinformation about the disasters, persons who are talking this and persons who are talking that. Target those persons, Mark Golding. That is also helping, you know. You feel like it's only on a committee alone you can't help. None of us are on committee, neighbor, and we help. Because we are all Jamaicans and we know that this is a time when we need to help. Mark Golding can help in that way, neighbor. And don't have to be beside Andrew when it's to help. And you don't have to get the money to help. You know, if you have resources to help, help come in a hard type of different way, neighbor. Right now, we are fighting misinformation. We are battling with misinformation. And most of it is coming from persons who support the party that Mark Jefferson Golding lead. So you can help us in that way, neighbor, by coming out and saying, stop it. Simple as that.
You think that he should come out and say to the supporters that they should desist from the misinformation.
That is what the guy need to say, neighbor. He don't need to stand up beside the Prime Minister to say that neither. He can do that on his own as opposition leader. We'll give him a free vehicle with gas, you know.
Yes,
and he can say that on his own.
That goes back to my point, neighbor. He will not do that because that's not politically expedient. And he think he and his party get more popular in times with these misinformation. Because what tricked them, I told you before the general election that the PNP performance in the local government election was the PNP worst enemy, because it made them overdose with confidence. And these 14 seats that they think they regained, and not looking at the fact that in the event of a 50-50 voter split, there is no way in the history of Jamaica before PNP would end up with only 28 seats. So they don't see the loss of election capital. They don't see how far they are behind the JLP. So they think with these bloggers and these people spreading misinformation, because they start the misinformation and the bloggers and everybody else following up, they think it's politically expedient. And the PNP problem now is they don't know where they are and they don't even know what is political expedient. So they are also poor at politics.
Well, yeah. So Scratchy. Comrades don't necessarily need to be on any committee. You are saying what they really need to do is to do what they can.
What I would say, if I was the opposition leader of Jamaica right now, neighbor, and the crisis and the situation that Jamaica is in, neighbor, I wouldn't try to politic, neighbor. What I would definitely do, neighbor, is try to check and balance the government. Definitely, neighbor. But I would do it in a way, neighbor, where it don't seem like I am politicking. What I would do, neighbor, I would come to the Prime Minister, neighbor, in Parliament, and I would suggest to the Prime Minister that, Mr. Prime Minister, we understand the severity of what is going on the ground and this and that, neighbor, Mr. Prime Minister. But what I would suggest to you, Mr. Prime Minister, you even said it yourself that accountability still stands. What I would suggest, Mr. Prime Minister, within 6 months' time, neighbor, this disaster, neighbor, we start to do some serious checks and balance and see where we stand. We do a serious some form of serious thing, neighbor. We're looking to where we are 6 months from now. Neighbor, you can't give me a test with 1,000 questions, neighbor. I'm just answer 5 of the questions that you want to mark my paper already. You can't judge me you can't judge me so early, neighbor. I shouldn't be judged so early. It's unfair.
But isn't that what Damian Crawford is suggesting? That Damian Crawford, sir, is suggesting that the government need time before that assessment is to be done.
Yes, neighbor, the government need time. Say the opposition leader should come and say to the Prime Minister. And sometimes, neighbor, it's not what you say, neither, it's how you see it, Mr. Opposition Leader, because you come with something with some demanding talk. You can't no demand, sir. Come and talk in a way where the Prime Minister can cooperate and listen to what you have to say. Don't come demand. But I think that is a good thing, neighbor. You cannot judge the government right now, neighbor. And when you come out with your misinformation and you come spew some information where just because you not hear something, oh, we want how much money spent over this now. Now the public domain and make it seem like no, that some misinformation that people are thief money and things like that. Wait 6 months time in time, all the documents and checks and balance and whatever is out there is out there. They don't do a comprehensive 6 month review of where the government stand. They don't do no critique after that. But for now, we can't judge the government right now at them time of doing them process, neighbor. You cannot give me a test with 1,000 questions, neighbor, and after completing 5 questions, you're ready to mark my test paper. That is madness.
Yeah, you know, Scratchy. If I may ask you, you have seen what the government is doing. How do you assess what has happened so far? Would you agree with some that the response has been slow?
Neighbor, I can't say the response has been slow, neighbor, because if I have a car, neighbor, that can only drive 50 miles per hour, neighbor, I can't curse my car and say it's slow, neighbor. It can only drive 50 miles per hour.
Yes.
So I can't say my car is slow, neighbor. My car it can only go 50 miles per hour. That is the max speed, so it's 50 miles. Neighbor, within our resources that we have, neighbor, and I'm not talking in terms of resources, I'm not talking about monetary resources neither. I'm talking about infrastructure resources.
The capacity of the government to respond.
The capacity of the government to respond, neighbor, was limited. And when I say limited, I'm not saying this to bash the government or bash anybody, neighbor. We're a developing nation, neighbor, compared to a first world nation. Our capacity to resolve, to respond to this magnitude, neighbor, it was limited. And within our resources that we had, neighbor, that is what the government had to use and respond until we get international aid.
You don't think Triple X understands that? Triple X don't understand that?
No, neighbor, Triple X don't understand that. As I said earlier, neighbor, that guy is a guy who don't know how to think, neighbor. That guy don't know how to be a critical thinker, neighbor. That is someone who went into a store in one of these overseas countries, neighbor, and steal crab legs. So that person, I don't expect a guy like that. I don't expect a guy like that, neighbor, to be able to understand and be critical thinking. That guy don't have no form of thinking, neighbor, much as critical thinking. So I don't expect much from those type of people, neighbor.
Really? He stole crab leg?
Yes, neighbor, that guy is a mugshot out or somewhere about saying that he stole some crab legs in a Walmart store or something in the US, neighbor. That alone, neighbor, simple decisions like those, neighbor. When I see certain adults make those decisions, neighbor, and get caught in those predicament, neighbor, and then you come on the media and want to come and spew like you're intelligent, there's no way, shape, or form you can tell me, say you intelligent. I don't judge intelligence by what you say, neighbor. I judge intelligence by your action. And going into a store and thieving crab leg, neighbor, show me that you are not intelligent. You can't intelligent, neighbor. No matter what you tell me, you can't tell me say you intelligent and you go in a store but thief crab legs.
Yes. Wow. I didn't even know that at all.
I live here, neighbor, and I never steal anything in a store yet. And he was a visitor and he must steal. Look, him still have a visa.
Oh, wow. Yes. So you are speaking about the capacity of the government to respond to a disaster. You are saying that within the capacity of the government, it did the best it could.
Yeah, but within the capacity of the government, neighbor, the government did its best it could, neighbor. There were communities that were maroon, neighbor. There were communities that were roads that were impassable, neighbor. It had to take time for government to move those things and go inside, neighbor. Yes, we have an organization by the National Works Agency, yes, but compared to First World Nation neighbor, NWA is no match. NWA is no match, and not only compared to First World, compared to the magnitude neighbor of the disaster.
Yes. Yeah.
That's what we must always remember, neighbor. That's why I tell persons last night, neighbor, we cannot be saying that we have never seen a hurricane like this before. We have never seen anything like this before. And you expect the government to respond like how they responded to Beryl or Ivan or Gilbert. You must expect, neighbor, that is not we alone have never seen it before, neighbor. The government have never seen it before. Our resources that we have never seen it before, neighbor. So we must here understand that. We cannot be saying that we have never seen it before, but yes, we expect things that we expect a response that we have never seen before neither. Come on, man, guys, man. Whatever response was made was within our resources. We have to understand that. We get international aid, neighbor, and with international aid, we saw that the resources started to go to the people more faster with the helicopters dropping our food and stuff like that, roads clearing. It is getting better, neighbor. I'm not going to tell you that everything down there is perfect, neighbor, but it is getting better.
And some of these people are so... They're so they lack understanding so much that they expect the government to compete with the celebrity and the cloud chasers who were filling up the roads, trying to go down west with their camera to show that they were giving aid. It is smart of the government to sit back, send out some aid, but don't flood the street because there were traffic. Traffic going down west. So what people want the government to do? Send 20 more trucks. When every TikToker.
And not only traffic, Casey. The government saw what was going on here, because I must applaud private citizens and the different fraternities and entities in Jamaica who came out in a rush and flood and went down there, neighbor. I must applaud them, neighbor. But I want persons to also understand, neighbor, based on how the private citizens roll out, neighbor, the government had to then, neighbor, make a different approach, neighbor, because the government no. Based on the volume of food that private citizens went down there, neighbor. If the government had went in right away with the same amount of food, neighbor, that would be a total duplication of the process, neighbor. It would be a total duplication of the process. And
how would it make sense?
Exactly, KC. It would make no sense. So we need to understand now, KC, is that this is an ongoing process. It is an ongoing process. A lot of these persons who are running down there, it's going to dry up, and it's the government who's going to have to continue providing the aid for these persons. It is the government, neighbor, who's going to have to continue
until deep into next year.
Exactly, KC. Now, entertainer never keep up this until next year, neighbor. Now, let entertainer not keep up this until next year. But the government don't have no choice. A person must just relax and understand that the government saw that the citizens are rushed down there, and the government was thankful for it. The government couldn't duplicate the process. I said, all right, but a person's gone down there with food already. Me if you go down there with food to come here and try to outdo these persons. No, we're not outdo anybody. We're trying to be smart and do this thing smart and clever in a way where they can benefit. So government resources, neighbor, realign. Government realize that a lot of food's gone down there. Government resources, realign. Government resources now can do other things, and I can pay for 10 more extra trucks to clean the road or 20 more tractors. We have to understand and know how things go, know how budgeting go. You guys are not the Prime Minister. Stop, neighbor. And neighbor, I want to make a valid point, because you have some person on the platform, you know. Them in the comment section and love talk about scratching Olivia and scratching Olivia Jamaica. Listen, my neighbor, a lot of the aid that is coming to Jamaica, neighbor, the aid that is coming to Jamaica, neighbor, is as a result, neighbor, because of the work that the diaspora has been putting in these countries, neighbor. We pay taxes in these countries, neighbor. We had to the economy in these countries, neighbor. So that's why you see Jamaica getting so much aid. Notice the countries who give Jamaica the most aid are the countries where Jamaica has the biggest diaspora in. Check it. Check it,
That's
neighbor.
True.
It's because we put in work over here, neighbor. We pay taxes, we add to these economy, neighbor, so they're going to support about Jamaica because we're there to help build these countries, neighbor. America, England, Canada, all about. That's why we can get these type of aid, but nobody don't see those things, neighbor. Them shut up them out and talk about scratch.
Yes, scratch because people neighbors are hungry. They only do it for the clout. They only do it for the clout, Scratchy.
Exactly, KC. They
so people your local, they aren't interested in helping anybody.
They rather come and say, Scratch, we don't come from Jamaica, we don't leave you on the runway. But we, the year saying that this country neighbor help build these countries. That's why you see the government from these countries can rush to the aid of Jamaica because they appreciate and know so we there help build them economy neighbor. Whether we have pay tax directly or indirectly, whether you have papers or not. Because if you don't have papers, they pay tax indirectly. If you have papers on that work, you pay tax directly. And we still send money to remittance neighbor back in our country. We still sell clothes. We have property in our country. So that's why you say, neighbor, we still support the country despite in every single way. But nobody don't talk about these things, neighbor. Nobody don't see these things and don't say the diaspora play an important role. We pay taxes in America.
Yes, Scratchy, that's so true. The diaspora is very important.
That's why these countries rush to aid, neighbor.
The next thing, and it's something that the PNP and the PNP supporters try to pour cold water on even recently. The diplomatic relation that the Prime Minister and the Minister of Foreign Affairs have been able to have with these countries is of utmost importance as well. I remember about a month ago, the PNP and the media, as sections of the media, were on the government's back, saying the Prime Minister is spineless because he should have walked out on Israel when they were speaking. Who remember that? Who saw the aid that Israel was able to give to us?
Quite so. All right. We have Joshua joining us, and Your Highness. Your Highness?
I'm here, neighbor.
Fantastic. Great night to you. How you doing?
I'm wonderful. I just sat here and I'm listening to Scratchy and Casey kind of deliberating on the relief and the recovery effort in Jamaica. But I just want to applaud once more, neighbor. I just want to applaud the Right Honorable Prime Minister of who was joined by the CARICOM leaders today. Listen, man.
It's the most honorable.
I tell you, we have a prime minister that is so diplomatic. And whenever he rolls out real good. I just love it. No Marky G couldn't have done what he did. And that's why Jamaica, as Scratchy have stated and Casey, we're going to build and we're going to build better just by the leadership of Andrew Michael Holness. When I see Maya Motley and I see our young man there from Grenada and the other delegations, it looks good on Jamaica's part.
Well, not only that, sir, but they had bankers there too from the Caribbean Development Bank. I think they
exactly. That's what I'm saying. The Caribbean community, CARICOM included, they really rolled out and they flew down on Inter-Caribbean airline. They're representing the Caribbean and they showed up and they show out. And that's very good.
Let me point out something, Your Highness. You could comment on this. Mayor Motley, sir, has been a leading voice on adaptation, climate change.
And climate change, yes.
Yes, and you hear when she go to the United Nations, the world stops to listen to her, sir, Mayor Motley.
Absolutely. She commands. She commands the crowd. Absolutely.
Oh yes, and you remember now, sir, that these are the very things that she's been speaking about. The impact of hurricanes on our region, and why
in the Caribbean region, yes.
And why developed countries need to do more for small developing states like Jamaica. I think it's amazing, that she came by herself to see the devastation.
Absolutely.
Can you imagine the type of representation that she's going to make on Jamaica's behalf?
Oh God, man. I tell you, the whole world is going to come at Jamaica's rescue and relief when they're done. When they meet, I tell you, when they meet at the next session of the UN General Council in New York, it's going to be something, because I am sure she has gone down there. She'll be doing her analysis. She'll be looking at all the different things that Jamaica need right now, and she'll be presenting a case right there at the United Nations next year when they have their session, their next session. Absolutely. I'm so proud. I'm so proud of how these nations are so committed to Jamaica and to rebuilding Jamaica, because we know Jamaica is the pride. Jamaica is the pride of the Caribbean neighbor. Jamaica is, the whole Caribbean is Jamaica. If you understand what I'm saying, the whole Caribbean is Jamaica. That's how big Jamaica is.
Yes.
When you're abroad here, Scratchy will tell you, and somebody says, oh, I'm from Grenada. They said, where in Jamaica is that?
Yes.
Where in Jamaica is that? So the whole world looked at the Caribbean as Jamaica. Jamaica is big and we represent well.
We big abroad, so we big abroad. Scratchy has said that a lot of the aid that is coming into Jamaica is as a result of the diaspora. You agree?
Oh God, absolutely. I agreed with everything Scratchy and Casey had mentioned earlier on. What you need to understand, neighbor, is that the diaspora here abroad is huge. You're talking about the United States. Remember, New York is like a little Jamaica. Toronto here is like a little Jamaica, especially the Jane and French area of the city. That's where Jamaican resides.
Eglinton.
Eglinton Avenue. There you go, my friend. Then you go to London, England. You talk about Brixton. You know what I mean? The diaspora in these countries is so huge. The amount of Jamaicans living abroad will, I think, triple the population down in Jamaica, our neighbor. I'm telling you, Jamaicans are abroad.
Yes.
Right in Toronto, here where I am located, the Jamaican population here is over, right now we're standing at over 800 and something thousand Jamaicans in Canada. What? In Canada. In Canada, neighbor. I'm not talking about the United States.
Neighbor. In Toronto alone, neighbor, we have over 1,000 Jamaican restaurants.
I'm telling you.
800.
Toronto and the GTA, the Greater Toronto area, over 1,000 Jamaican restaurants easily.
Easily.
Yeah, but there's a big festival that's been keeping in Toronto in Canada for much years now. They call Caribana, neighbor.
Caribana.
It's basically like a Caribbean festival for Caribbean people. All the Caribbean islands, they come together and we have a little float. It's basically like a carnival.
Millions of people.
And
neighbor, millions of people.
Millions of people, and that is surrounded by around Jamaica, neighbor. It is built and promoted around Jamaica.
I'm telling you, neighbor. Yeah.
When you go there, all of the white people who are born Canadian, and Jamaica flag them off around them time, neighbor. Everybody want to be Jamaican.
What you saying to me?
Neighbor, trust me.
People fly from all over the world to come to Caribbean every year in Canada, neighbor.
Neighbor, let me ask you a question. Have you ever been to Toronto?
No, sir.
Well, you need to come up here, sir. You need to come and see what we're talking about. Because then it will change it will give you a new prospect on what the diaspora is in these countries.
Hold on for me. Line and see how you can help us to take in some snacks, some juice for the kids, and some water and some bread, buns and bullas, and sausage.
Beautiful sunrise.
Hanover, we're coming to you, and all over. Where? Yeah.
Evening season. But you tell me
Reach out to Caroline and tell her how you can assist. We want to take in 100 loaves of bread,
the fern thought you got
150 of the round buns, bullas. We want to take in some snacks for the kids, some water and some juice.
connects his head to your head, mama.
On a freeze it, you know, and carry it in. And by the time we reach there, that'll be cool.
Me, I beg you do for me. And I say smile.
You know those little swizzle and those little box drink, maybe some milk. Let's take it for the kids, all right?
Smile.
And then we'll be doing some interviews, and we'll be sending out some information.
Show the roofs that are being built back neighbor and all of those type of stuff, you know?
Absolutely.
She asked me, and this is what me say. A sweet, sweet connects your figgy.
So that's it. 18 after 9 o'clock. Reach out to Caroline on the Cash app or on the Zelle, and let her know what you can do. If you're in Jamaica and you want to help, 876-858-9553. Send a WhatsApp to that number, 876-858-9553. If you're in Canada, then of course you can also reach out to Caroline. There is an what do you call it? E-transfer. E-transfer in Canada. Caroline is on the other side of the glass. She's coordinating things for us. Smile, Jamaica.
Yeah, smile, smile for me, Jamaica. And I said smile, yeah, smile. Smile for me.
Bouncing up to 10 o'clock. Oh, what a night.
You're on my wall.
All right, Chromas is here, and also Joshua. We need to go to them soon. So Your Highness.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you are saying that the Jamaican community abroad, they have responded very well to this.
Very well to the disaster. Yes.
You want to see the lines at Western Union and MoneyGram down here, so every day.
I tell you, because the remittance, you know, Jamaicans. Whenever we work the little money up here, we try to send it back to Jamaica because, you know, we have stuff going on down there in the neighbor. We just not here just building up Uncle Sam and Mr. Mark Carney country, you know. We have stuff going on in Jamaica as well, you know, because wherever I roam, I let everybody know that Jamaica is still my home. You understand what I'm saying? So I have to, trust me, Jamaica is and will always be that place that you go to for your solace and to reset. I always come to Jamaica for a reset. Just the fact that I go down an alligator pond in the water around a river, go dive off, is a reset, neighbor. You know what I mean? Don't know why it's fall mash up and look so bad now. It was a place for reset.
Yeah.
Go to Black River Safari and take a ride out and look at the old crocodile, them all George, that is 150-year-old. I don't know what happened to George right now.
George is a crocodile, sir?
Yes, man. George, 150 years old, neighbor.
Wow.
George.
So how is St. Elizabeth, before we go to Joshua? How is St. Elizabeth?
Oh God! You know what? As I've always mentioned, the southeastern side, Franklin Witter side, MP Frank Witter, his side is not so bad. People are recovering. People are doing the most, and they're getting back up on their feet and doing whatever. But you know, Floyd Green and all the other sides down into that area, that's where the devastation is. So, with the God thanks, I'm not worried about St. Elizabeth, you know. I'm not worried about St. Elizabeth. I told you last week and I told you the week before that St. Elizabeth is one of the richest parish on that island. And trust me, we just need to see some action start to take place for the rebuilding and the redevelopment and whatever. If that's where the third city gonna be placed, let's see. The Prime Minister have spoken about it, so we really want to see where that is going to take shape. But we're gonna build.
All right. Hold on for me, sir. Joshua.
Greetings, sir. To you
John,
and your panelists.
Here's how I want to start with you. What is the value, John, of engaging in the tit for tat discussions online, creating theater for people to almost ridicule one side or the other? What's the value?
I want to be very specific. When you say what's the value, are you speaking from a government to opposition or those of us who are
supporters of either political party meeting on lives, having these debates? What value does it add to the process?
All right. So tit for tat for the sake of tit for tat has no value. However, because of the mass propaganda machinery that has been amassed by the comrades and their team, it's important that it be challenged and not be allowed to not allow them to run away with any narrative that they have. Under Mr. Siaga's tenureship, one of the things that made the comrade so potent is that JLP has always kept silent and allowed them to walk away. And I wouldn't even say run away, walk away with the lies, right? I think in order to add context to what is happening, this is necessary to challenge them, not just to engage them, but to challenge them. Let me give you an example. Today, an American friend of mine called me. And, well, let me go back 2 days before that. 2 days before that, an American friend of mine called me and she said to me, "What is happening in your country?" And when I tried to downplay it, she called her sister and put her sister on the other side and had a three-way conversation. And they gave it to me about how my country is and how the people are, and I'm going to paraphrase, like market eaglers, right? And I'm paraphrasing. Today, a different American called me. And the conversation that we had, she said to me, "Your president," because you know that's how they speak, "Your president is such a good man, but others are trying to make him look bad." So I let her know that I am one of those who is pushing back, and she said, "Please continue to, because they are trying to make him look bad." So people are now beginning to see it for what it really is and understanding the value of even our work. I don't know if you saw the other video that was sent out with another Caucasian gentleman, encouraging persons to continue the donation and do not listen to the propaganda that is being spread online. I don't know if you have seen that.
Yes, but so you are saying to me, let me understand, that labor rights are online pushing back against misinformation. I
think misinformation, sir, is a nice word. I want to call it for what it is. They are blatant lies.
They are lies.
Blatant lies. That's the adjective to describe it. Not just lies. Blatant.
Okay. No, so you are saying there is value. There is value to this, and it's not just a theater for entertainment, because
no,
I sometimes wonder what is the value.
Sir, let me tell you something. 4 years ago, the leader of the opposition decided to start his campaign as leader of the opposition in conjunction with a certain state agency on lies against the prime minister. For the first year and a half, we sat back as a nation, and in particularly labor rights, and said nothing until it began to take on a life of its own.
Yes.
Approximately 2.5 years ago, a group of us, we weren't even a group at the time, we came together generically, right? Because we individually saw what was happening, came online, started pushing back against it, and then we became a group. Because once we realized that a gentleman who identified himself as a laborite, who had believed the lies, who had been caught up in it, said he's going to his page now to delete the post that he had put up there, and it was an anti-JLP post, and he claimed to have been a laborite. That's how caught up he was in the lie that was happening because of the silence that took place. So it's important not to allow these things to take root, grow up into a tree, and bear fruit. We have to begin to chop down that tree right now.
No, is this the tape you're talking about?
There's a lot of negative media out there saying things that are not true. Everybody here is working tirelessly, day after day, pushing the aid, pushing the food, pushing the water, and working with local authorities, the JDF, the government.
This is it?
Yes, sir. So you can continue to support the efforts here. Number one, don't take part of the negative media. There's a lot of negative media out there saying things that are not true. Everybody here is working tirelessly, day after day, pushing the aid, pushing the food, pushing the water, and working with local authorities, the JDF, the government, to be able to support the efforts. Number two is take part of the positive. Anytime you see things that are being posted, share them so other people are aware that there are still needs in Jamaica and that a response is taking place. And then a bonus one is, if you don't feel comfortable giving money to organizations, come to Jamaica and vacation in some of the resorts that are open. There are many beautiful beaches still and places where you can come, spend your money, and help the economy.
All right. All right. So that
until you wait.
That's that. All right. So here we are, Joshua. Tonight, 3 weeks into a major catastrophe, a major disaster. How is Jamaica looking on the international scene?
It's dual, sir. And let me tell you why I said it's dual. One moment. Let me turn on my earbud and reconnect it because I'm going out of the house. All right. How are you hearing me?
Yeah, man. I'm here. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is a dual thing. And let me tell you why I said it's dual. In terms of the negativity that the opposition has amassed against the country, right? Because it's really against the country, you know.
The opposition has amassed a negativity against Jamaica, sir?
Yes, sir. Because their intention is that this will be mounted against the PM to make him look bad. But the truth is, if he's the leader of the country and you're contending that this is a corrupt administration, resources will not be allocated fairly, and you have set up a parallel distribution point to receive not only aid, but cash, and then it presents a negative picture against Jamaica. Who do you think is suffering? The PM or Jamaica? Who do you think will be viewed negatively? The PM alone, or is it the entire Jamaica and the systems that are here? Right? And so that is why I said it's dual, because on one hand, that is taking place. On the other hand, our international partners who have grown to have a good relationship with our Prime Minister and by extension Jamaica. And in addition to that, the foreigners who are on the ground, seeing what is happening, experiencing it for themselves, and have seen the spirit of those who are willing to help, and those of us who are pushing back against the lies, have begun to take back those lost terrains that initially the opposition started out with. What we have to understand, Neighbour, is that before the hurricane even hit, as the leader of the opposition did before when he went to Washington to demonstrate against Jamaica by telling lies against the PM and against Jamaica, it's the same thing that he did just before the hurricane by having one press conference and an interview, and two immediately after the hurricane, amounting to just about 4, intimating that there will be inequitable distribution of donations and money, right? This is the campaign that he launched against Jamaica before the hurricane and right after the hurricane, right? And so I am asking myself, why is this man in Jamaica if he does?
I think Joshua is maybe on the road.
Yeah, I think he's a bit.
Hello?
Yes,
Hello?
he's back.
Yeah, you went
Hello?
out there, Joshua. Yes, I'm here.
Yes, Josh, we're hearing you.
All right, put him on a mute. Go to Chromas. Good night, DJ.
Yeah, but good night, Scratchy and Casey.
What's on your
What's
mind?
up?
Go ahead.
Good night, Chromas.
Yeah. Well, we don't know if you want to give me a question towards where you want me to talk something from my head what I didn't want to say before or what. Don't know. You want to give me a specific question or something.
You know, it's fantastic that my callers come up here and they expect me to talk to them. Chromas.
Yeah, man, I hear neighbor. I'm here, neighbor.
Yeah, man. You what's on your mind?
All right. What on my mind is most kind of relate to most side Casey say most side and Scratches so most of it already, but we can put some in my own terms still.
Yes.
Like even like you know say election. When I talk about the result, like what is the people thinking about the two parties right now? Something similar like that. That's I think you mentioned.
Yes, we were looking at the prospective political implications arising out of where we are now. Yeah.
Okay.
And Casey was explaining to us that he can't see the stocks of the opposition rising. Do you agree with that?
Yes. You're welcome. This is insanity. They continue doing the same thing over and over and over, expecting a different result, and then don't learn from the last general election.
Exactly.
Yes, them don't learn from the last general election, and they continue to do the same thing, whatever get a different result. Cause they continue with this now. Cause this is madness. You see me? If they can't, if all right, them have a better look as well. I think a Casey has Scratchy said. If they come and say, all right, just make it look good then. If it may be from them art, just come and work with the government, do what them can do. It's one government, it's not two government. You see me? It's one government. If you understand that, one government. You see me? Not two.
Do you not find it amazing, sir, that the country is now as divided as ever in the middle of a crisis? Do you not find that amazing?
Yeah, but that's because of the PNP. They are playing politics forever since, as the judge just mentioned to you. They start out, the opposition leaders start out with that same press conference the judge was speaking about a while ago. You see me? So that is it. Instead of them unite in a time of disaster after
one side can't divide, really. Isn't it? Doesn't it take two to divide? One side can.
But the government always when they're willing to work with the opposition. The opposition is the one who don't want to cooperate. But ever since, they are the one who playing the politics from beginning. They are the one who don't want to cooperate because this is a campaign strategy for them. Them feels they're going to work. You see me as well. Scratchy say maybe Casey earlier on. They feel that they get a couple more seats and they feel they're going to work. It began from the local government election from the year before. When them campaign around Jamaica for about 5 years straight, Mark Golden and the PNP, and they went named there. The local government come and them campaign like that general election. And then do all kind of things that say, can I get the more popular vote and get back some councils? They feel say it's going to work in the general election. Because they campaign to them base. You see me? And to me, this is what's enough for them mind, or them feel say, for them base is bigger than the JLP base. That was once upon a time like a brother and story. That is not reality right now. The PNP base is shrinking, especially with the elderly and the older ones who I think them are going to pass off.
The Jamaica Labour Party have added well-thinking Jamaicans a percentage of who would have normally stay away from the political process to their base because of the politics of Jamaica holders.
Yeah, the politics changed.
Despite the voter apathy. Yes, continue, Chromas.
Yeah, continue. What I'm saying, dear the PNP they run a base campaign to get out them base. Because enough for them mind, their fees of the PMP base is bigger than the JLP base. On the JLP side now, we have younger and more voters, undecided people them, and the undecided people them come on our side in the general election. Because we run a national campaign that put Jamaica first. You see, patriotic Jamaica. We're not even talking about the politics, we put Jamaica. We never talk about Labour Party, not the government. We talk our government. We talk about Jamaica. Put Jamaica first. That when name there, that tagline alone make you understand what kind of politics the Jamaica Labour Party and the government is putting forward. And no people who is not associated with the Jamaica Labour Party have themselves as Jamaicans, so them naturally work alongside with that tagline. You see me? So that tagline that do a wholly different type of politics. The PMP is talking at the part of the 90s, 70s politics. And the politics leave the PMP and then don't understand that. They are bankrupt and they are buck. That way is where them come out with the last general election. That is all the PMP have them. That as the case that I said earlier, and them now no more where I go. Them down a futuristic thing about them. The Jamaica Labour Party and the government is a futuristic party for everybody and young people combined together. So this, what am I trying now? They try to do this campaigning from early. Because they see the COVID thing successful and the whole world look upon Jamaica and look at Jamaica over angle of the COVID. Then praise Andrew Owens, they praise Christopher Tufton as the health minister. Everybody sat over the world. So they might try to make this hurricane recovery a failure by playing them politics. That means that when time the next time around come around to the next general election, I can campaign upon this. Say, oh, I see there, the government never go on, Andrew never do nothing, money come and thief the money, and the CM also.
Are you in Jamaica? Are you in Jamaica, sir? Are you in Jamaica?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We are Kingston, Jamaica, man. Kingston,
okay. Tell me something, Comas. What is the perception on the ground? What are you hearing from the people of Jamaica as they are judging the government's performance? What are you hearing?
All right. Good sense we're thinking people is talking with the government. All who's talking right now is people who's biased to the sympathizers to the PMP or PMP supporters. There's no sensible Jamaican who have a conscience and know everything that is going good, talking anything bad about the government. It's just PMP people. And that's it them, Mr. Neighbour, I tell you the truth.
The sentiments, the negative sentiments are coming from supporters
PMP
of the
people. PMP people. Because they're still campaigning. And they're not learning that they still continue to do the same thing over. That is insanity, that is madness to get a different result. And they're still not learning.
You think the sentiments from the rest of Jamaica are positive?
Yes, man.
What about your own view?
My own view? Yes, man. Everything, yes, man. The government is the best. The government gonna do not more less than more than what I'm doing right now. To the resources that we have. What we talked about earlier, around me, Casey and Eve Scratchy tell you. We can't do no better than what we have. For the resources that we have, we couldn't do not better. We're doing great. The government is doing great. All of these people we're bringing in things is through the work of Michael Owens, the Prime Minister. All of these entertainers who can get to come through and free up from the work of the government. All these soldiers, all these other countries coming in is the work of the Prime Minister. So the Prime Minister is working. He's doing his best. And he's on the phone 24 hours with other leaders all over the world. All right, even though this generator argument. You know, so Belgium called the Prime Minister and said, Prime Minister, what we can do for you for this hurricane? Is the Prime Minister request those generators? Is the Prime Minister request?
Oh.
Now this is Mr. Vegas in the Rockland style.
Well, Vegas, how you doing, sir? Good night.
Hold on, let me just finish up. Let me just finish up, Mr. Neighbour Brigade Vegas. Let me just answer one more. Yeah. What I was saying, one more thing before, but let Mr. Vegas come in. But that's about the generators. Those requests, those generators was requested by the Prime Minister. Okay? And those
Not hearing him. Not hearing.
no, I said those generator, they come to this, come to Jamaica, to the state, not the Jamaican people. It come to the government. Okay? That means if ever next disaster, we have those generators can use for next hurricane or something. So when the Prime Minister has a conscience and use him in discretion and say, we're going to lend some of those generators to some of the corner shops about or whatever. Him just use him concern and say, boy, I want a little business to start like a corner shop or to start up in business. Say me loan them a generator. When they get what them current, they can loan it to somebody else. It comes from the state, not Jamaican people personal use. Furthermore, those generators are industrial generators. They'll come for us.
Yeah, but you know, sir, the people of Jamaica, you know, tend to be very simplistic in their thinking, you know, and we have to develop critical thinking in our people, sir. But we're only 15 minutes left on the program, you know. We are 15 to 10 o'clock, so we have to run. You here? All right.
I can't give me some Vegas. Vegas comes to something now.
Rubber dub with Vegas, huh?
When your legs don't work like they used to before, and I can't sweep you.
Let me tell you something. One of the top ones. Good night, sir. Good night, Mr. Vegas. Hi.
Yeah, neighbor, where are you?
Very good, very good. Mr. Vegas, wicked girl Melissa, what's happening there?
Well, of course, you know, we have to remind the people, them say, and Andrew will send the hurricane. And we have to remind them, say, Melissa mash up the country. And we have to make them know, say, you know, we root them build out of steel. So we are going to, you know, rise above every challenges.
You wrote this song, Mr. Vegas?
My brethren Agony, he sent me some lyrics and I basically, you know, put melody to it and a rhythm.
Been received in Jamaica and around the world?
Well, it just came out a few days ago. You know, it's getting some nice streams on the Spotify, and of course, you know, all the proceeds from the streams are going towards the recovery effort. So yeah, you know, there's, you know, we're getting the calls from the journalists them around the world, you know, regarding the song. So yeah, so and of course, people understand that, you know, artists, you know, we write music of inspiration and events and, you know, so forth.
If I send you some notes, you could do another song?
Yeah, man. If this was relatively easy for me. I had to change up a few things, and put it in a my vibe, because my virgin, Junior from Orlando. When he sent me the lyrics, I was like, the lyrics bad, but you know, lyrics alone can't really make a song in it. That's you know, melody and.
Let us do a collab. Let us do a collab.
Yeah.
Mr. Vegas, you have become a target in media, social media. As I noticed that you are taking a lot of flack. Is it affecting you in any way?
No, man, it gives me strength. The person in my country will get the most attack, you know, directed at him is the Prime Minister, and him is the Prime Minister of the country, he's the leader of the country. So if I can see all of this onslaught on the Prime Minister, you know, who am I? I just saw it, go, man. You just have to understand, say, from you then at the line of fire, yeah, you just have to guard up yourself.
Okay, but isn't there any thought in your mind at any time that, you know, I'm exposing myself to the vitriol, the disrespect? Some terrible things have been said. You at no time feel as if to say, boy, you know, I don't want to overexpose myself here, I'm going to pull back?
No, I am 100% patriotic. I am pro-Jamaica or Jamaican. I am pro-Africa or African. Yeah. Pro-Andrew Wilness. Yeah. So as a leader, because I get a lot of inspiration from him. Even going back to school was an inspiration from Andrew Wilness. I respect the man. I see where the man is trying to take the country. and I support him. You know.
You support him. Okay, fantastic. We're past that. Now, Mr. Vegas, you have looked at the hurricane response of the government so far. Initially, there was some thought that somehow the government's response was a little slow. Tell me, Mr. Vegas, from where you sit, how has the government been doing since the hurricane?
When I look at what's happening or what has been happening, I don't look at since the hurricane in a neighbor. I look at Andrew Wellness because him sprint out so far ahead of them think I slow him, I go slow, but I lap them. Oh. It's like you see him both run left them and I lap them and them thinks I slow him slow. You see? Because I remember saying, Andrew Wellness already surrounded himself with people like Nigel Clark, our personnel's way, that we ahead of everybody. Case in point, people like Rattigan and other people were laughing at Nigel Clark when he paid for the cat ban. Because at first, we were getting aid, our grants to pay for the cat ban. And we could have easily walked away and say, we're not going to spend 10 million to pay for the cat ban. I think it was per annum. But Nigel Clark said, we're not going to pay for, insure the country for 180 million, but we're not going to totally, drop that. We're going to pay for 150 million, insure the country for 150 million US dollars. And some other bonds when they buy the Caribbean bonds, the money bonds there. So when you really check it out, people are, we have a lot of surface thinkers and a lot of people who are impulsive and people who are gullible and impressionable minds. So the Mongla say Andrew Wellness now become a lap them. But all of them things it was already put in place. Another thing you have to look at when the PMP and the surrogates are running around, talking about Andrew Wellness should have walked out of the thing that they have with the rest of the world. When me and Matt, then everybody walked out. Andrew Wellness was dealing with diplomacy. He stood there and he listened, or he sat there and he listened to what they have to say. And the way how we dealt with the situation, he put the country first. So if Andrew Wellness was impulsive like the PMP surrogates and the PMP leaders, then we would not have the support of the other countries now giving us aid. First thing, the man who run up the road from we is very spiteful and purpose. So if Andrew Wellness was out there beating up his chest and putting the country, in the same light, like what happened, in Michael Manley time, then right now we will not get some of this heavy lifting that is coming from the US.
Coming back to the cat bond. Tell me, Mr. Vegas, why do you take on the PNP social media surrogates online? Why do you do it?
Because there has to be a balance. There has to be a balance. Because remember, I said the lie travel fast. The truth will get you, but the lie travel fast. See? So there has to be a balance. And, I'm just one of the persons that were armed with the facts. So, of course, when you have to put forward the facts, you have to come under a lot of attack. But nobody cannot challenge the truth. Without have to go into all kind of name calling and attack your family and so forth. Them can't challenge the truth with a civil conversation because that's not what they're about. Notice, your platform is a balanced platform. Then some may say you support the Jamaica Labour Party. That's not the case. It's just because the PMP them afraid to come over here. Because they're going to be challenged. So notice the PMP them would gang up and them would enough upon some platform that are totally biased and leaning or supporting the People's National Party. But they're not going to, the MPs, them, you see the MP, you have 300, 400 people at night time, 500 people sometime more. You see any other PMP member of parliament they coming over here begging, asking for support? No, they're not going to come. Right. Because people here will challenge them with facts. And that's not what they're about. They don't want to be challenged with facts. They want to spread propaganda. They want to put information out there innuendo and all of them things here. To rile up the people them and cause civil discourse. Now, it gotten to a point now where you have man all sing songs, say Andrew when said for rule. You have man brave enough now to put on the camera and I send threat to the Prime Minister. And guess what? I just copy them and tag the JCF when I see them. Yeah. Every threat where I come across, I tag the JCF tonight. That's how Jamaican I am. Because I now make some little guy come turn my country upside down again like in the 80s. Because I was a youth, but I understood it.
Let me ask you a question. Has your political activism affected your musical career?
No, man. I did a piece yesterday. I did a video yesterday about Buju Banton. And I was explaining to the people and that Buju's career is already cemented in stones. So I not kill up myself, and try go at Buju Banton for something. I disagree with some things when I say, but that's it. But I'm not going to be out there trying to go after Buju Banton and trying to score any points off Buju Banton or what he said or so forth, because his career already cemented in stones. And you might out there quarrel about Buju Banton, and when you go to a stage show, the man we are jump up and a quarrel with you on the internet. And I say, yeah, man, a real thing you talk when you look in the dance, I'm about some shot for Buju Banton song. And you say, but that man, they just stab on not Buju too.
Yeah.
But music. You see, when you already have an established career, yeah, because what? If some PMP decides that them can't separate the music from the man, then I go on to Guadeloupe perform, or I go on to, Costa Rica, I go on somewhere going to perform. I just come from Los Angeles. We did a fundraising there last night, raised over $100,000. So music stands supreme by itself, and Mr. Vegas is just Mr. Vegas or Clifford Smith.
Thank you. Mr. Vegas, at a time when Jamaica ought to be united, we are in the middle, well, not middle, but the worst disaster, natural disaster we have had, definitely in my lifetime. The country is divided, Mr. Vegas. What do you have to say about this division, and what do you think can be done to bring us together?
Listen, when people exploit the vulnerable, this is what you're seeing. Exploitation of the vulnerable and the people who are suffering.
Who is exploiting them? Who is exploiting the vulnerable?
The people that run the Risers Party now. It's not even the PMP, them, it's the Risers Party. The Risers Party, the way they go about their ways of doing things, it allows this thing to creep in, or this thing to be in the space like a divisive set of people. There are divisive set of people. The type of rhetoric that they put forward, what they do is, no one comes out and say, you know what, people need to unite. You people are sending threat to the Prime Minister and talking about civil unrest. You need to back up and back off. One Jamaica and our Jamaica. We not support you. We not stand with you. But you're not going to hear that. Why? Because the Risers Party believes that them can get into government. They can run the government.
Why do you call them the Risers, Mr. Vegas?
It's not me call them so. Them call themselves so.
But yeah, but I need to understand so the People's National Party, the opposition, are now the Risers?
No, they have labeled themselves the Risers Party.
Oh.
They've been the Risers Party. And Michelle and Nuts, those people, part of the Risers. That's why they went.
Your microphone is we're not hearing you so well though.
How is it sounding now?
That's better. That's better. Stay there.
All right. Yeah, that's why you have people
the PNP you say, Mr. Vegas, are dividing the Jamaica?
Well, the PMP already divided the People's National Party, the PMP Risers. The PMP party already split in two. So they split in two. Some you know, people went the risers way and some people stayed the original PMP way, the original socialist PMP way. And that is what they're trying to do now, or maybe in some way have been able to do to Jamaica at large.
So you have made a telling comment, sir, that the vulnerable people, and when you speak of the vulnerable people, you are speaking about those people that tonight are struggling, suffering, some may even say, that those people are being exploited by the opposition. What a telling comment.
100%. All right. What's exploitation and how it started? Look at simple things like the government put forward a portal. Okay, this is how you can donate. This is how you can gift us. Yeah, support Jamaica.gov.jm. The risers came forward and they say, oh, we want an oversight committee on how that money is spent. But in the same breath, them say, oh, we're creating a portal for ourselves. Now, we have no way of knowing how much money they collect. They must set up no oversight. We tell the Jamaican people how much money they collect, how much money they have, and who are going to monitor them and how they spending go for that. But them are basically, I put it out there to the people them that you can't trust the government.
Wonderful save, followed up by Morata.
Casey, you listen to some football. Go ahead.
Yeah, they are putting in the people in mind, say, yo, you can't trust the government and not trust we. Yeah? So, with that said, when them do that now, they might try to make the people, and even the people who are suffer things, say, yo, we can't even trust the government to come help we know. We have to look to the PMP to come help we, to come save we. It's the same how some people exploit religion, you know. And the government minds, you know, to tell you, say, yo, you don't do anything. You know, the savior come save you, so you just sit down and wait for the savior, while them collect all of the riches and the wealth and take over the earth. It's the same thing that's happening. The PMP is painting, the PMP risers painting a picture like this government is so corrupt that we can't send money to support Jamaica.gov.jm, that they have to go and create a portal for themselves. Yeah, putting in the people in mind. So when you hear people out there, Neighbour, and say, where the money there, where the money there, we want the money now. Help the people, where the money there, is a seed we already planted in the people in mind, even the people that suffer. A seed planted in their mind, I say, yo, the Jamaica Labour Party, Andrew Holness a thief. He might take the whole of the money for himself and him not give it none. So the PMP come save we. And that's what's happening.
Okay, now let me ask you this, Mr. Vegas. How do you think that the opposition should respond at a time like this? I mean, they aren't government, but what would you expect of opposition that cares about people? Tell me what you expect them to do.
If I were in opposition to Andrew Holness's administration, and the foreigners them came to them from different countries, the leaders from different countries showed up today, I would have been there.
You would have turned up? You would have turned up?
Yeah, man. I when Andrew Holness invite me there. Worst me have money, I can buy a helicopter, I can rent a helicopter for myself, I buy a helicopter. Me there, me I show up. I'm not gonna go one side of the country. I show us me in one part of the country, I show us the people are suffer. While the Prime Minister at one side of the country with the people them will come down. Yeah? That's the damages. I'm there. And it's not the first time we've seen it. Mark, when Rubio came down the other day with the whole situation with the Cuban doctors them. Yeah? The PMP kept a press conference. The PMP had a press conference simultaneously when Andrew Holness was meeting with Rubio. This is the way they're trying to show that, or not even trying, I'm showing it straight up. So listen to me. We will not be supporting the Jamaica Labour Party in any initiative. And if the Jamaica Labour Party fails, they believe that they're going to succeed. And that's how I go on.
No, the party, the government, not even the party, the government overall.
Well, the PMP are part of the government, so I would even say the government. They want the Jamaica Labour Party to fail. You see? Because it's like them to realize that them a part, they make up the government too. Like them to realize that our constitution make them a part of the government. You see? So that is what's happening. They remember, you know, PMP did don't tell we say, yo, you know, a blood and fire them are dealing. So them no mind the whole country suffer just so they get what they want. Because them things say, well, you know, them are go broke down and build back better than before. That's within their nature.
Oh, okay. All right. Just give me a second. I'm looking for something to play for you. I wonder if I can find it. Vegas, be real with me. You don't think that with the CARICOM heads coming into Jamaica, that Golden could have been invited by the government to meet with them? You don't think so?
If Mark Golden even got an invitation, we will not know. We will not know because remember saying no, the Prime Minister had already tried to set up meetings with Mark Golden and other officials. And him decides him no attend no meeting unless it's the Prime Minister at the head of the meeting. Remember, so the Prime Minister and him talked the other day about something and him run go keep press conference and load it out, and shout it out. So if they're not willing to join force with Andrew Holness, they're going to just doing thing. And at the end of the day, just the same thing happened with COVID. Same thing, what happened with COVID, Neighbour? PMP was out there pointing fingers, blaming.
You're gone again, Vegas.
Yeah, you hear me now?
Yeah.
Now I'm saying the same thing happened in COVID. The PMP never wanted bipartisanship. The PMP wanted Andrew Holness to fail in the COVID pandemic. Yeah? The same thing's gonna happen. The same thing's happening again. Andrew Holness is listen to me. We have the best person for this job at this time.
That is who?
Andrew Holness
is the best person.
Listen to me. A God make Andrew Holness around the country right now. Because here we go now. First thing, as I said earlier on, we would not be getting the support of other countries if it were for Mark Golden. Running this country.
You are saying to me that hold on, Vega, don't go so fast. You're saying to me that the goodwill, the humanitarian aid. I see the Prime Minister of Barbados today saying that we're going to get garbage trucks and a field hospital. The CARICOM heads were in the country today. You are saying to me that the humanitarian aid coming into Jamaica is coming in because of 1 p.m.?
The humanitarian aid from around the world. Yeah? Israel sent professionals and experts here. Remember, them wanted Andrew Holness to go walk out on Israel. Andrew Holness said, no, there must be other ways that we can deal with the situation. Remember, they wanted Andrew Holness to get involved in the Venezuela-US conflict. Andrew Holness, they came together, CARICOM came together because he's the head of CARICOM, and they wrote a letter and they said, yo, let us try and deal with this thing a better way. Everything that Andrew Holness stood for during all of these talks and all of these, the way he acted, is paying dividends right now. Because remember, the PMP, they put out statements, said them Andrew did for walk out. Remember the PMP did what Andrew Holness got take on America about the Cuban doctors them. All of them things there would have been problematic for us at this time. That's why it's important to have a leader we have temperance and a leader with good diplomacy skills.
Mark Golden would not have attracted this amount of support for Jamaica, Vegas?
I can't speak on hypotheticals.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't speak on hypotheticals. What I can speak on what is happening and what I know. What I know is, and what I've seen, is the PMP trying to go against other countries and get involved in a people business like what Michael Manley did do. And Andrew Holness is more diplomatic. And that is paying off now. This is not a situation where Jamaica alone could deal with this thing and recover.
You are saying that he's a God sent Vegas?
The whole heaven sent him. God and the angel, them everybody had them send him. That's why I'm winning the election again. After them go after him so much about statutory declaration and corruption.
But I'm 100% true. So see him so.
Have a couple more questions for you before you have to run Vegas. In terms of projections, how do you see us going forward with this recovery process after this? Have you been to the area, by the way?
I've been through. I've not been into the deep damaged areas as yet. Yeah, because you know, so you go down on them place, so you have to go a certain way, right? And we're still preparing in them regards here. But I've been to like Trilla places, the outskirts of Trelawney and Montego Bay, and I've seen the damages. I scoped some of the areas, you know, after the hurricane. So I understand what is going on, but the recovery process is going to take some time. Remember I said Jamaica, yeah, we have a lot. We're basically surrounded by water. So places that are flooding right now and you know, leptospirosis in the air and all them things here. Them things are gonna be, you know, are gonna be problematic, of course, but we have the right people to deal with it. We have the people and with the level-headed people to deal with it. We have the people when I go panic. The PMP risers them are trying to make the people them panic with this leptospirosis argument on this thing here. Yeah, like it's you know, and it's not a given that if water is settled and rat peeping at the water, these things that you know may happen. So we have the right people with the level. We have level-headed people dealing with this thing. So going forward, we're not gonna take a long, like how New Orleans took years to fix back, and Tampa still not recovered from the last hurricane that they have, because we have a government, we have a prime minister, and him surround himself with people, and him hold people accountable. You know, so what the man do with Adpem. The man said, listen to me, I want somebody who can give me results right now. I don't have time to play around. Right away. Put the commander in charge. Boom. Because he wants result. And that is what it is.
Okay, finally,
Vegas,
yeah. Put on your political cap and forecast for me. In terms of public perception, you're a man with your ears to the ground. What are Jamaicans saying about the recovery efforts of the government so far? What are you hearing?
Throughout any disasters, government people point fingers on government. There is no grading, and people are going to say negative things right now. People suffer.
Exactly my point.
There is people. Listen to me. I would be a fool to think people living in mud right now going to run around and say Andrew is the greatest. I'd be a fool. It's how we can help people out of the mud collectively. And we have a person, a prime minister. Listen, the prime minister, see a virgin named Ramesh, was very instrumental in getting people aid. And not just now. He did it when Beryl came, and he's been always doing it. And he's very instrumental now. And the prime minister identified that this person is very instrumental. What the prime minister do? The prime minister sit down and meet with him and encourage him. And encourage the artists them too. Say, yo, and thank the artists them. Yeah? So that is the type of character we're dealing with. Yeah? So what you notice, the PMP them start burn out Ramesh. The risers them. Oh, Ramesh get buyout. Because them not have no vision. They don't have no vision. No organization skills. Them can't organize people. And Jonas is our organizer. That's why I'm team so strong around him. And that's why people like me, you know, me inspired by his demeanor and his action. It's always calm in the middle of the storm. And that is what we need now. You know, every criticism that a person who living in the mud right now wants show, who am I to come here and tell that they don't criticize that you're living in the mud and mosquito bite you? And you will not understand that too. You understand that? But me not think say, he might go sit back and make people that send death threat to him and act. So all who send death threat and I try to start civil unrest, we are reporting. Me are one of the informer them. So when you're not ready for me, don't make me know.
Well, Mr. Vegas, nice talking to you, sir.
Bless you, brother.
Well,
Vegas, as always.
Yeah, very good from Mr. Vegas. Very good from Mr. Vegas. One of our best RC. Okay, see, we have to put a wrap on tonight's show. Well, big show tonight.
Yes, it was a good show.
Yeah. Scratchy?
Yes, neighbor.
Man, you had your coffee. You stayed up long, man. You had your coffee.
Yeah, man, listen to Mr. Vale as well, so that's usual, as Casey said.
Yeah, repeat for me, Scratchy. You said something earlier that Mr. Golding ought to really look at how he's acting, and you know, he can show some leadership at this time, Scratchy.
Definitely, neighbor. That's what we need from the opposition, not just from the Prime Minister, you know. We need some form of leadership from the opposition. Because no matter what, neighbor, the opposition leaders are following. And most of the noise that he's making right now, neighbor, is coming from his following, neighbor. So he needs to step in, neighbor, and show some form of leadership, because it can lead to some form of public unrest. And we definitely don't want at this time. And it can lead to some form of fear mongering as well. You see what they could break out a disease, and we see how they're trying to amplify it. Definitely need to get the opposition need to get a grip of himself, neighbor. And I think it's full time now to call him out, neighbor, to come and speak to your supporters, them, talk to them, tell them to tone down the rhetoric, neighbor. It's not sending a good message outside of Jamaica, and it is not sending a good message directly neither for the persons who are in these affected area. I would definitely ask the opposition leader to tone down the rhetoric, man. Show some form of leadership at this time. That's what Jamaica need. Leadership at the highest quality too. No media quality leadership.
Yes. Agree, Casey?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
As well as Chrome has said, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expect different results. And that's what Mark Golden is doing.
Would you like someone to talk to?
Until tomorrow, 9 o'clock. Well, no, 8. Caroline?
If you don't mind, can I sit down here beside you?
And neighbor, you asked a question. I was floating around the question, why do we from time to time go on other lives to debunk the PNP lies? There's a political writer, I read about him a lot. Edmund Burke. He's an Irish political writer. You know, people seldom become famous for what they say until they're famous for what they do. He's famous first for becoming a writer. And he famously said, the only thing necessary for evil to prevail is for good man to do nothing.
True. Absolutely. You have to do something, my brother. Have to do something. Somebody
have to debunk these lies, because they say a lie told 1,000 times automatically become true if it's not debunked.
Thanks for making it happen for us tonight, Casey. Thank you so much.
I'm feeling kind of lonely too, if you don't mind.
Okay, thanks.
Politics Plus signing off tonight, huh? Oh, what a show we've had tonight. Great listeners. Thank you so much for staying with us. Caroline, you're on.
Hi, neighbor.
Fantastic. Are you joining us late? Have you always been there?
Yes, I have been here. But neighbor, why don't we just ask for listeners what time is best for them, 8 or 9? Because I think it's a bit sudden, don't you think?
Say that again?
I think it's a bit sudden, don't you think?
9 o'clock. So we're on tomorrow at 9, okay?
No, I was not sleeping, Bridget. I was here waiting on neighbor to add me.
Okay. 9 o'clock. They say 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock, huh?
Let's make it at 9 o'clock, neighbor. But our listeners need to know that we may have to change it very soon, because we are planning on extending the hours in the evening. So we do need to have a break throughout the day, because if you notice, the 9 o'clock show is taking us up until 12 o'clock now.
Yeah.
Right. So see, we're supposed to be off at 9 and it's 10:20.
Wow. Am I going to get paid for overtime?
I hope so. We're working on it, neighbor.
If you joined us late, we're going to go on the road soon, you know, and we're asking you for your support to take bread and buns and bullas and juice into St. Elizabeth, Westmoreland, Hanover. 100 loaves of bread have been ordered, 150 buns and bullas and juice and water. Chip in with that $20 if you can, no?
Morning girl, if you wanna go that far.
Program, okay, what?
I do. Oh yeah, alright.
Caroline, what's Widex saying there?
I hope that you will.
About the 1,300 people you had on the For You page.
Okay, yeah, oh yeah, oh right, yeah. Yeah, but some of them
share the night together. Yeah.
Caroline, can you tell the listeners good night for me? Because they don't seem to be going.
Girl, if you wanna go that far.
They're sending you roses.
Together,
my girl, you're gone clear, you're getting roses.
would you mind?
All right, my friend from Canada, you're coming home?